Hello and welcome to the Fuck Dump podcast, where I sit down with the void and discuss my future with the company. I've been, ever since I quit my semi-good job at this grocery store earlier this year, I've been kind of thinking about where I want to go in terms of, my professional career and, financially. And I landed this job almost 8 months ago. We're coming up on that. And the pay isn't great. It's adequate. I mean, it's nearly enough that I need now. So I've been on the job hunt, and I know a couple of you may be on the job hunt, or if you've experienced what it's like to be out of the job and be looking for something, that suits your skills, which is applicable to your skill set, and that's where I'm at right now. Because I feel like right now I'm just not happy with my current career. So I'm kind of going online, looking at Snagajobs, Monster, Jobs.com, Indeed. I've reinstated my LinkedIn. I don't really have a lot of professional experience, so I'm not sure how much that's going to help me because I've never worked in an office before, and I didn't go to college to work in an office, unfortunately. And I guess, oh, heads up, I'm sick, by the way, if you hadn't heard it already. Um, but yeah, it's starting to weigh on me. Now that I finally moved out, I've got a new car. I have a girlfriend that I like a lot, and I like to keep her around. It's starting to weigh on me that maybe I should really start getting serious about my career, and it's kind of a big old fucking bummer. I mean, I'm only 22, and it just sucks that I'm at the time of my life where I'm like, maybe I should start getting serious. It's time to stop fooling around. I'm not even in my mid 20s yet. I'm not even close to 30, and I'm like, I feel like I've wasted half of my life. Even though half of my life ago I was still in school. And it's just weird. And I'm going on. I'm looking at store positions and whatever, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm too incredibly dumb to do anything. Other times I feel like I'm too smart to be doing what I'm doing, and I can't seem to find that in between, that middle ground. And I'm sure some of you have too, where I guess like you feel like you're too good for a job, or you just feel like you're not good enough for a job. And I don't know what that fucking sweet spot is for me. I don't know. It's like, and I love to find a job that would train me. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I want to like get hands-on training so I could do said job better. And I just don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know, like, because the town I live in does not have a lot of good options for jobs. I mean, we've got fast food joints, restaurants, and maybe a handful of other places. So if I wanted a better job, I'd have to go out of town. I'd have to drive probably a half hour for a good job. And that's not bad. That's super manageable. I just don't know if I want to do that. And that's kind of where I'm stuck right now. There's a welding place that was down the road from where I used to live, but they were on a hiring freeze last time I came in. And I also applied to a Walgreens, and their system was broken, so it would auto like reject anyone who fucking applied. And my friend who works there is making some pretty good cash, And here I'm working, and I've been here for 8 months, and it's just I don't know. I'm having doubts about what my decisions in life were. You know what I mean? And when I left my last job, I thought about maybe being a corrections officer. Maybe that felt like an adult thing that I could get into. I'm pretty stable. I feel like I could have done it at the time. I felt like I could have done it, and it's just it never ended up working out, and that it didn't. I'm kind of grateful that it didn't, because I feel like that's something I'm not ready for, and I may come off sounding entitled or like something like that. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like, everyone has their own like preferences, and everyone has their own strengths and abilities, and I feel like right now in my life, a corrections officer is something I don't feel like I want to be, and that comes from an incredibly privileged standpoint, because I get to choose so selfishly where I want to work. I'm not in the position where I can take. I mean, I would love to take anything I can get, but I'm not in the position where anything I can get is what I want to get. If that makes any sense at all, and I feel like I'm locked in this point, and I feel like I haven't found my calling yet, and I don't know if I want to see. I mentioned that I didn't have any solid dreams or aspirations, and that's what's kind of scaring me. I haven't decided what I want to do with my life. So if I get locked into something now, like a well-paying job that I don't like, and down the road my dream like calls to me, like my calling, it's here, and I don't know if what if I don't want to risk that good job, like that stable job. Sure, it's not great for me, but like it's good money and it's got a solid future in it. And I know there's stories of guys who end up reaching in their 50s and they find out what they really want to do and they end up doing it. But if I find what I want to do, I want to start doing it as fast as I can. I want to do it and have as much time on this earth to do it as humanly possible. I want to be fucking 70 years old and figure out I've got a knack for contact juggling. You know, by the time I'm 80, I could probably barely use my hands as it is. You know? And I'm terrified, I guess, if I'll be perfectly honest. I'm fucking terrified. And I don't feel like that should be normal for a 22-year-old little boy to be terrified about his future like this. And maybe if I could have gone to college, or if I'd applied myself and gone to college, I wouldn't be so terrified, but I'd also probably be in debt. So I guess that's what, well, I mean, in massive debt, I guess I should say. So, I don't know. It's like, I want to get a good job, and like, I know I'm not too good for construction work, or like heavy labor work, or blue collar work. But part of me is like, maybe I don't want to reduce myself to that. I always said I'd make it big, and that I was above those people. But like, I don't know. And I don't know. I'm so torn between maybe a desk job, or then maybe just heavy labor. Because sometimes I feel like I'm too good for a heavy labor job, but sometimes I feel like I'm too dumb for a desk job, and that sucks. And I spent most of my life avoiding a real job, and just doing these small online things like making a podcast or drawing or making let's plays, to hopefully someone will be just browsing the internet and happen to see me and go, I want this boy for my online company doing things that an online boy online could do things for my company. And it's really so fucking stupid. And I shouldn't be beating up on myself like this. I know that. And if you're listening to this and you feel like, no, beat up on yourself. No, that's not healthy. No, it's healthy for me because I got to get those feelings out there. You know, these are times where I don't want someone to sit there and listen and try to help or coddle me or playsate me or tell me everything's going to be fine. Everyone your age goes through this. You're only 22. This is what the void is here for. I just want to scream into the void and possibly never get a response, because that's all I have to do is yell. I just want to yell into the void, because I know the void listens and the void understands, and the void does not answer back, because the void just knows I just need to yell sometimes. You know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. You're the void. And I guess I just need to get these feelings out, because I didn't get my first job until I was 18 years old, because I felt like I didn't need a job, and at the time I didn't really need one, but I should have understood that having a job, like when I turned 16, is a very valuable experience, and I would have entered the job field a lot sooner than I did now, you know. And if I had realized that, I didn't get my first job until I was 18, and I didn't get my first learner's permit until I was like 19, I think. It was like 18 or 19. So I didn't start working and driving until I was almost 20 years old. And you know, it's something I could have worked on when I was younger, but I just really didn't feel like it. I didn't have a lot of friends, so I didn't have the need to drive anywhere, and I didn't really need money because I didn't do anything, so I didn't need a job, and you know, and it's looking back on it, I feel kind of stupid for not doing that, you know, and that's kind of, I guess that's the price I'm paying now for not applying myself earlier, and which is why I feel the need to complain about it to strangers on the internet, or the one stranger who's listening to this, and stuff like that. So, yeah, if I'll go on a more meta note. It feels like people are avoiding the 16-minute long episode of the podcast. And let me get something straight here. It's only 16 minutes. I could do an hour-long podcast. Would you love to sit down and listen to an hour-long, unedited podcast with no music? Especially when I sound sick like this. So, give it a try, you know. And I guess I said before, share this fucking shit with a friend. If you can relate to this sort of fucking thing where you're looking for a job, you just don't know what to do, it's perfectly relatable, man. There's tons of people like that, And I don't want to be this guy, but I mean, you could be fucking homeless. So, and there's tons of homeless dudes who can't get a job. And that's kind of what I'm telling myself too, to just find a good job and stop being like a picky prick. And I'm trying to get myself, and the people always say, apply for jobs you're not qualified for. But I'm like, I hate rejection and stuff like that. And I guess I really shouldn't like be so terrified of it, but I know it's hate being rejected, even for jobs I'm not qualified for. I walked in to a plumber's office, applied to be a plumber, a position they said they would train me for, and didn't get a call back for. So I couldn't even be a plumber. So that's something to ruminate on. This has been the Fuck Dump Podcast. Have a great night.